Welcome back to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Streaming a live video over at SinCityBounty.com. Under that fabulous picture taken of us by Curve Media, and you'll see just hit the play button and you can stream it live. If you want to join the chat, click underneath and you can open the chat. And if you want to actually chat with us, you'll have to make an account at Ustream, but it's free to do so, and you can join the chat. We've got some great people in chat right now. Let me get back to my chat here.
So we have Tyzone, Whitney 51, Miss Susie Cream Cheese, and myself. That's who you're logged in as over there.
And Ram Tax Prep was in there forever.
That's right. She was in there this morning. She likes to listen to us while she prepares taxes. So you know that she's got your back when it comes to tax preparation. She's amazing, by the way. I was just actually talking about her today with somebody that I sent to her. If for any reason you think you might get audited or anything like that, she's got your back. So that's what you pay for when you get Ram Tax Prep, is you get that security of knowing that the IRS can't fuck with you because she'll fuck right back with them. So
now,
Ram Tax Prep, when you need taxes done right.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
Cali Guys, my boyfriend, he was in earlier. He says, correctly done, a barge that never docks could allow a company to have servers and conduct commerce outside the jurisdiction of any government. I love the idea. That may be another idea of where Google is going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Susie Cream Cheese had a question about fat characters on any of these upcoming movies or TV shows or anything like that.
Just Jabba the Hutt, she said.
Except Jabba the Hutt, she said.
No, but the original Leia is pretty chubby now.
Yeah, she is.
Now, can't you see a chubby Leia in Star Wars?
I have seen somebody draw a chubby Leia for Star Wars.
I think that would be great.
Usually whenever a character is chubby, they're usually male. Almost never female.
Yeah, why? We ought to protest Hollywood.
They're always the goofy character. They're always
usually.
Yeah.
But did you ever wonder about that guy? Do you guys watch Revolution?
Yeah, speaking of goofy,
goofy
chubby
the guy
guys,
who's supposed to be the god of Google or whatever he's the god of. He's walked across the country 80 times and he's still fat.
Yeah, physically unrealistic. However, I love. Is anyone watching Revolution?
I am.
I don't know if that's physically because fat people are a lot of fat people that I know of are in shape. I mean, they're not skinny, but they could frickin' outrun the hell out of me.
They kill people for food or they walk across the country. He should be thinner. Even though I like the character.
So, you're watching Revolution?
Yes.
I love it.
I've been told I need to, and I've heard amazing.
I don't like the new season. I don't like the direction.
What part of the new season?
Did you watch this week's episode?
Yes.
What part of the new season don't you like?
It's all this
out of control nanites.
The United States of America is like this evil over empire now.
The Patriots.
The Patriots, right? And I don't know. It's just gone in a whole. I'm an apocalyptic kind of person. Now they discovered what made the apocalypse. They could actually fix it, or.
Except they tried fixing these little nano things.
Yeah, it's getting very sci-fi, which I love. Sci-fi normally, but I don't know if I like that crossover unless there's actual aliens involved. So,
you know what I mean? Especially with the simple idea is about the lights and the electricity being gone completely, and now it's like going into this. Now it's starting to get a little more advanced.
I was on the fence for the first couple of episodes, but this last week's episode, now that it's
you can't tell her what happens. Because there's
now that it's becoming more and more apparent what
may
or may not be actually happening, and some of the new characters that they've involved now, I'm kind of like, oh yay! I still think Monroe's a complete wacko, but I like him a little bit more.
Well, they need people to bring drama to the show, and I think that's probably why they cut Monroe.
It's always those characters that don't think that they're evil, like a Magneto that always seems to draw people in.
I'll tell you who's the freaking
I love Magneto.
But he's not necessarily evil.
The loose cannon in that show is Tom.
Tom, which one's Tom?
The black guy that's now
Neville.
Tom Neville.
Oh, Neville.
He's a freaking loose cannon.
I like the dynamic between him and his son. The whole storyline between him and his son, I do like.
Well, that is some.
I'm still watching it. I haven't given up. I like on the Tomorrow People. I've completely given that up.
Oh no!
I watched a few episodes. I said, "Oh no, I'm not even watching this anymore."
Oh, see,
I'm done.
I just caught up on the
I
Tomorrow
like the actor
People.
who plays Tom Neville. I didn't realize that was that show. I caught an episode with my mom. I didn't know it was Revolutions until you just said, and you're like, his son. Neville. I was like, wait a second, his son had the things, and he just killed the guy. And I like that actor who plays his dad.
Yeah.
But because of that, and because I've heard so many great things about it, I know that I need to watch it.
If you can, try and watch it from. It's I know it's on Netflix.
I always watch things from the beginning.
Yeah.
If I catch something in the middle, like I might see it and it's like, okay, this looks interesting, but I always stop. I go back.
Right.
Watch from the beginning.
I did that with House.
Right.
Did you?
I gotta do that with House.
Did you? I'm sorry. What didn't you like about the Tomorrow People?
It's very soap opera teenage. It's
that's because it's like CW.
It's like Pretty Little Liars with teleportation thrown in. And don't remember, I like Pretty Little Liars for what it is.
But I think the CW, their shows are all kind of made for teeny bopper kind of, because look at Rain.
Yes.
Rain is
and some of those are fine. I mean, I love a lot of their shows, but I don't know. I couldn't do it anymore.
I caught up on the Tomorrow.
So.
Look at Arrow. It was great the first season, and then I kind of just teeny bopper now. I'm just like. Ugh.
I like Rain though on the CW. I'm
still watching Arrow.
Are you?
I haven't picked up. Oh, Rain is the Mary Queen of Scots.
Yes.
I like that.
I like that.
I'm trying to get my mom to like that.
I've been told I need to watch that.
You would like it.
And did you watch this week's? Because Mary got some balls this week.
Was this one where the King of Portugal?
Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes. Okay.
Did anyone read the Diana Gabaldon books, The Outlander? Have you seen the guy that they've cast to play Jamie Fraser?
No.
He's like this scrawny, black-haired dude.
Wait.
Exactly.
Now, wait. The Outlander books, are those the books where the girl goes back in time?
Yes.
Okay. So these are the romance novels. You made me read this series, which I really loved.
Yes.
They're very good for
and there's like
romance.
80 of them because
romance time travel novels. I do like them.
Yes. And
they're making it into a TV show movie.
They're turning it into a movie, and in the books, Jamie Fraser is this very tall, very wide, very strapping, very muscly, redheaded dude. And the guy they cast to play him is a scrawny little black-haired dude. Now, I know they can fix the black hair part, but I don't know if they can fix the scrawny part out of this guy.
You never know until they do it, because look at Shawshank Redemption and
love that movie.
And Red, who was supposed to be an Irish guy.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman in that part is amazing. So you never know until you actually see it.
I don't know, because along that same lines, I was talking about Legend of the Seeker earlier, the main character of the books is almost kind of the same thing. He's supposed to be this really big guy, bigger than most guys, not, completely a giant, but just like a bigger, muscular guy who just has this very calm presence and wants to be like kind of left alone and in the woods. And then you get Legend of the Seeker, and the guy's like me.
Well, you really hate that movie, series.
If I ever see Terry Goodkind again, punch him in the face.
I
saw him once before the series. He saw my book, was so happy, was so great. Then Legend of the Seeker came out and was like, ooh.
Did he tell you before you left? Like, all right, thanks. Hey, go watch Legend of the Seeker. It's gonna be good, I promise.
No. He did say that the ending of the book series, which I didn't care for either. He was like, yeah, I've had this idea in my head this whole time. But I have a theory that he was not the original thought behind that book series. I don't doubt that he wrote the series. I think someone else had the original idea.
I've tried to get into Goodkind stuff, but he's just way too overly Christian about his stuff sometimes.
Susie Cream Cheese just mentioned a series that she loves on YouTube called
Breaking Fat.
Breaking Fat, and it's about a bunch of fat girls who decide to sell meth, and she says it's very funny.
Wow.
Are there any?
Funny.
So that the question brings me to YouTube as a delivery device for series and movies, and what do you guys think about stuff like that? Or is there anything on YouTube that you watch regularly? Or
there's a series that I was watching that was very close to my heart, and it's called We Need Girlfriends. And it's about three guys. It's about three guys who go into an apartment together, and they live together. And at the beginning, the main character has a girlfriend, and she breaks up with him like on moving day. So then they're just sitting around, and they're like, man, we need girlfriends. So they start like, all right, how are we going to do this? And start doing all these different things, and shenanigans start to go. But only had like 6 episodes. And I was like, oh, this is such a great series. I wish they would have done more. I think YouTube is an amazing place to showcase talent and stuff like that. Like, they need to have a donation system that goes with YouTube, with like Kickstarter hand in hand. So when you find these things, you can donate to them, straight right there. Because I totally would have donated to see more of that series.
What about you guys?
It's a fantastic way. I mean, basically for like Felicia Day, like she pretty much got her name out there because of YouTube. So I think YouTube is definitely an awesome way to get your stuff out there. Like there's a show on the Disney Channel, or it's called Gravity Falls. It's actually a very funny cartoon, but it started on the internet before Disney picked it up. So
that's cool.
I think it's a great way for you to get your name out there. For
is there anything that you watch regularly on there, or do you just search it for cat videos?
Just the cat videos.
I love cat videos.
I'm
an cheeseburger fan. I got an account.
So there are a few stories that I found this week. And since you mentioned Kickstarter, I'll mention that one first. There is a Kickstarter up for a new clothing line called Hey Mom, It Fits. It's plus size clothing for kids.
I'm down.
You know what?
Wow.
When I was a kid, the only place you could buy half sizes, which is how the chubby kids were listed. You had to be a 8.5. You were a half size, you were a chubby girl.
Okay,
and you could only get those at Sears or JCPenney. You could only get chubby girl clothes. So that's where I had to buy all my clothes, because I had to buy the X's.
So I was reading another story. I didn't post it because I thought it was kind of stupid, because there were about $100 yoga pants about this company called Lululemon, who only goes up to a size 12, and anything above a size 8, they usually just wad up and keep in the back of the store instead of putting on full display. And that's because, number one, they say that there's no market for bigger size yoga pants.
I would so wear yoga pants.
I don't know if you'd wear them at $100 a pop, but
I found a pattern online for yoga pants.
And then number two, number one, it's not marketable to sell to fat people. And number two, it's because they don't want to foster the idea that you can be fat and healthy. Well, that's not a quote from them, but yeah, I'm paraphrasing. So essentially, the fit person is the smaller person as opposed to the heavy person, even though they did say, quote, and I'm paraphrasing again, but quote, we do believe that there are fat, healthy people out there. So what do you think? So do you think that a fat
above my head?
You know what? I bet you could get online right now and search for fat yoga pants and find plus size yoga pants.
Oh yeah, you can. Lane Bryant sells them.
Now, there are some people who have a problem with a clothing line for fat kids. Because it promotes the idea that it's okay if you're young.
No, it promotes the idea
fat.
that if you happen to have those genetics in your body, that you're a little plump kid, you can still dress and look nice.
You know, the war on obesity's crossed over to our kids now, and now it's this whole war on childhood obesity. Look, we're
not going to give you clothes to wear because you're fat.
That's what I was going to say. I was I don't know about fostering any type of idea, and I've never had a problem with this, but don't bigger kids need to be clothed as well?
Well, wait,
just
before Halloween, there was we have lousy AM radio sometimes in this town. You can't, but it was like Michael Savage's show. Oof. And exactly. But I just push the channels on AM till I find something I want to hear. But he was talking about how some lady was making it known that on Halloween, that if a child came up to her door and she felt that child was obese, that she would give the parents a note defining all of the things that are bad about childhood obesity. Instead of giving that child a candy, she would give candy to the skinny kids, and the chubby kids would get this letter.
Exactly.
Now, who the fuck is she to have that kind of balls to do that? Close your fucking door and turn your light off.
See, here's the thing about childhood obesity. I believe it's exactly the same as adulthood obesity. Some people are just fat. My kid eats, just like I do, a healthy square 3 meals a day. We are not sitting on the couch although I did that today, but we're not sitting on the couch with a bag full of potato chips just gorging on junk food all day long. My kid still has candy from Halloween last year in the house. So, but he wears husky size clothes because he's just a big kid. He plays every day. He does their recommended hour a day.
Fruits and vegetables.
The idea is, if we don't make stylish clothes for fat people or fat kids, if we don't make sizes that fit them, that would make them want to go out and lose the weight so they can fit in better looking clothes.
So we're encouraging our children to live an unhealthy lifestyle by yo-yo dieting and crash dieting so that they can fit into the clothes that are socially approved.
Yes, exactly. Teaching our kids that it's more important for you to make sure you have stylish clothes than anything else.
And the scale they use isn't even accurate. According to their scale, obesity, I'm obese. Mm-hmm. D-Bucks is obese. Do either of us look like we're obese?
I
get told all the time that I don't need to. But that's my point. Like, there are even skinny people out there who are obese by the system because the system that the government uses is broken.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, you use my freedom to curse here on the show because we don't get to do it on our show. It's my goddamn right to sit on the motherfucking couch and eat a fucking cheeseburger drenched in ketchup and whatever I want and look at porn and never leave the door if I goddamn feel like it.
Reach, bro!
Only in America! Only in America!
That's right.
Everyone knows how to, be healthier, to exercise and all this. It doesn't matter if you're big or if you're small or any of that. If you want to be healthy, go be healthy. If I want to be a fat ass, I'm going to go sit on the couch and be a fat ass.
Yay, Munch said fat ass.
He said motherfucker, and that's what got me.
The name of this Kickstarter program is Hey Mom, It Fits plus size children's clothing.
Go there,
I like that
everybody,
name.
and donate.
That's a funny name. That's a good name.
There is a link on the Curvaceous Bounty Facebook page and on our Twitter and our Google Plus that you can go click on the link. They want to raise $12,000 by December 8th, so they can go ahead with the line of clothes. They're at $8,000 now. They only need another $4,000.
Let's help them out,
not
guys.
bad.
All right.
Let's help them out.
All right. So next one is, speaking of clothes and fat people,
Fuck me,
our
motherfuckers.
fabulous friends, those people that we love so much, Abercrombie and Fitch.
Cocksucking son of a
Because
bitches.
they have lost so much money in this last quarter, have decided that they might start carrying plus
They
size
will
clothes.
stop shunning
they-
plus size shoppers.
They tanked.
Do you realize that plus size to
sale.
them will be a size 10?
Yeah. They'd be like, ooh, look,
I
we're
could put
carrying
that
a
over
12.
one tit, okay? One tit.
I couldn't get a thigh into that.
No.
So for those
Still,
of you,
don't shop Abercrombie and Fitch.
for those of you who watch us regularly, you know that we had the Militant Baker on our show who did that photo shoot, styling it after the Abercrombie and Fitch ads.
So it was a big fat girl and a really hot, ripped like Jesus dude.
Right.
Great.
So, yay for, now, do you think that fat people will start shopping
No.
at Abercrombie and Fitch now
No.
that they've
They
decided
better
to
not.
sell
No.
for plus
No.
size?
No.
Okay.
They better not.
I hope
No.
not after that.
No, because that'd be like going back to Chick-fil-A and going, your chicken's really great. I'm going to eat here, even though you're totally full of Satanist hater assholes.
They're really not. They're actually Mormons.
Okay, so the next story I
owners.
have is British Airways refused to fly Kevin Chenase, who is 22 years old, because he weighed 500 pounds, and they could not accommodate him safely on their flight back to England.
How the hell did he get out of England?
I guess he wasn't as big when he flew out of England.
What?
How
So
long
he went on
was he
vacation, gained
What?
200 pounds,
Yeah.
and
So,
went back?
so
Like,
he
what happened?
he had a hormone disorder, and he flew from France over to America to go to the Mayo Clinic to get some work done. He was there for quite a while, and now he needs to go back home. But British Airways says, "I'm sorry, but we can't fly you."
Wait, so it's not just that he's fat. He is physically disabled now. He's-
The article doesn't say whether he's physically disabled or
You
not.
know what?
He
You
does.
can put him in across 2 or 3 seats, and life will be okay.
He does require round the clock oxygen and medical attention.
Well,
so.
that could be
See,
the
that
issue.
could be-
It could not
yeah.
necessarily could be because he's 500 pounds. It could be because he needs constant medical attention.
Right. So in British Airways defense, they have been on the phone with the family. They've been living in a hotel room for like the past week, waiting to figure out a way to get back home. And British Airways has been on the phone with them every day, trying to figure out something. And I believe that they're going to now drive up into Canada to take the Queen Mary over.
I'll tell you a story about an airline.
Well, at least they're helping him, and they're not just shunning him. They're just
Right.
like, we can't seat you. See you later.
Right.
Exactly.
This was several years ago, and I was coming to Vegas. Actually, I was in Vegas, and I was going home to Michigan. I wasn't living here yet, and I always ask for a seatbelt extender. And so I was sitting there, and I looked at the flight attendant and said, "I need a seatbelt extender after you do your little demonstration." So she yells to the front of the plane, "We need a seatbelt extender!" Now, me, who I don't care that I'm fat,
Right.
is way okay with that. But I could see a lot of women just
Right.
cringing.
I can name at least 3 right now.
Oh, just cringing in their seats. So I, took my my seatbelt, and so I went home, and I called Northwest Airlines. Started telling them about it, and I said, it's bad enough somebody has to ask for that. Your people should automatically determine by looking as people come on the plane and make it less comfortable for them to have to ask. Do you know that Northwest Airline gave me a free first class ticket for
Wow.
another trip?
Nice.
that I
Wow.
wanted to, so
Man.
they made it right.
Now hold on a second. You said that mile high. What do they call? They're not stewardesses
They're
anymore. Flight attendants need to make the determination of whether they should offer you a seatbelt extender.
Hey, fat ass, here's a seatbelt extender.
No, I don't mean that. I don't mean it like that. But there's a way to do things, okay?
You just sit there like, excuse me, ma'am, I think you need to wear
I've
a
known
seatbelt
women that
extender.
have got on the plane and they put the seatbelt and kind of tuck it under their chubby because they're too embarrassed to ask for that extender.
Okay, so there was a story going out about salespeople in retail stores going up to ladies and saying, our plus sizes are over in this section. And
well, I think that's a little bit different because I may not be shopping for myself.
Yeah,
so
but when I get on a plane, it's pretty much my ass
it's
getting
my
in the
ass.
seat.
And if you're kind of streaming over into the next seat, you may have a hard time with that seatbelt. I mean, I'm serious. I've known women that literally have flown the whole plane with no seatbelt because they're embarrassed.
But isn't this part of our job to tell them it's okay to ask for a seatbelt event?
Well, and I don't think that's the issue.
I think we should tell it's okay for you to ask, but it is also okay for a flight attendant after she's done all of her things to walk up and down the aisle when she's checking to make sure if anyone needs anything. They usually ask you, do you want a pillow? Do you want a blanket? Do you want this? They should include in a lower tone of voice, very politely, would you like a seatbelt extender to make your flight more comfortable?
Exactly. Or just do you need a seatbelt is enough.
Well, I think if most airlines had their way, they wouldn't fly fat people at all. Because
no.
Because of the weight fuel ratio, right?
I think it's on both sides of the fence. There, you should be able to ask, and the person should have the wherewithal, being a customer service, because you may not be serving burgers, but your customer service still should be like, oh, you need an extension? Okay. Go over, get it herself, or hey, I need an extender to her very quietly
if they want seat
and come back.
Booster seats. They should ask.
Yeah, I'm telling
there's
you,
a way to
stood
ask.
at the back of the plane and went, we need a seatbelt extender.
Oh, that's just a lazy ass bitchy flight attendant.
And like I said, I had no problem with it. Okay.
No, I just had an idea. We're going to start Fatty Airlines, and there's going to be only one seat per row. So you get in that row, and that is all yours. You can spread that chub out as wide as you want with adjustable seat belts.
Then there's a special rate for chubby chasers that want to sit like this next to the chubby girls.
Yeah. Absolutely. Buy a seat next to a fat girl. It's an extra $50.
Yeah.
All right, since we moved on
with the fatty.
Since we moved on to the dating scene, I didn't find a lot of like crazy dating news or anything like that, but I did find a great article, tips, 7 interesting pieces of dating advice from 1938.
Oh Lord. Put on your seat.
This is funny.
Grab your seatbelt extenders, ladies. We're going on a trip.
This sounds fun.
Okay, so this article starts with a quote, careless women never appeal to gentlemen.
Careless women?
Careless women.
What's a careless woman?
1938 speak. I don't speak it.
She probably has a hair out of place.
Yeah.
Her stockings got a little bit of a
so here are some pieces of wisdom on dating. Number 1, don't talk while dancing.
Well, I think that depends on the kind of dancing. I think that's what Deepak said earlier when we were kind of going over this. I don't think you should talk while you're twerking.
That makes things weird.
Twerking is talking itself. It's its own language.
With
ass clapping.
Are you guys fans of twerking at all? Do you know what twerking is?
Did you enjoy?
Can you twerk?
Did you enjoy Miley's raw chicken?
No, I did not. She's got nothing there to twerk. I mean, that's just
we know
what
Luis
it is,
likes a little junk in the truck now.
I'm saying if you got it and you're gonna twerk, then that's fine. If you got it, if you don't, it's okay for you to twerk whenever. But it's just she was showing off like she's got something to show off, and that was.
I twerked to the song "I Feel the Earth."
Number 2. This was my absolute favorite. If you need a brassiere, wear one.
Yes.
If you need a brassiere, wear one.
You mean women really in 1938 didn't wear a bra? I would think everyone would try to be prim and proper, wear a bra back there. You'd be less likely to wear a bra now.
Well, they moved from. I think that's the end of the corset era.
Yeah, that was
right?
the end of the corset.
They probably
area.
wore corsets before, or something
transference
like that.
between all the full underwear that went from stem to stern into the 2-piece system.
2-piece system.
Or 5-piece system, depending on Spanx back then.
Oh Jesus!
Oh God!
All right. Number 3, don't be sentimental.
Don't be sentimental.
So there we were, eating, and this dame starts crying. Can you believe it? Starts talking about her feelings and whatnot.
You have to cut a promo for us now.
Number 4, men don't like girls who borrow their handkerchief and smudge them with lipstick.
I absolutely agree. Bitch, don't put your lipstick
No,
on some other
I call that bullshit.
Wait a minute,
That's
but I
bull.
say now that is no longer effective because there's lipstick that doesn't smudge.
And men don't carry
And men don't
handkerchiefs.
carry
No, that's
handkerchiefs
true.
usually.
Yeah, but it's,
I wish I had a girl that would
but
borrow
it's
my
along the
handkerchief
same
though.
lines of I hate
Here,
it
do
when
whatever you
people
want
do
with it.
this
Go
to
ahead.
Want me
me.
to put lipstick on your handkerchief for you?
If I had one.
I don't mind when people kiss me. I don't have a problem with that at all. I do, however, mind when somebody comes up and I know they've got greasy, non-transferring lipstick on and it is bright and shiny and you know that shit's coming off and they plant one right on my face. How the fuck do you know I wanted a pair of lips on my face for the rest of the night? Because that shit don't come off easy.
Well, if they use the lip stain, like mine are always all dolled up when I go out, and I can kiss you all night. That's the kind you can give.
That's the
good
kind that doesn't
blowjobs.
come off with the blowjob. That's right.
Exactly, and that's why I wear it.
I don't
mean,
mind that, but we know that there are some people who are just cheap bitches, and they
Right.
go to the dollar store and they get the dollar store makeup, and that shit comes off, and then they want to run around kissing everybody, going, "Oh, I put my lips on you, bitch! I did not want your fucking lips on me."
She's
Yes,
right.
so I agree with that.
So
Don't
I think
smudge
that
a
you
bitch
say
with your
that
fucking
men
lipstick.
should start carrying hankies again.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, because if
You know
I get
what?
emotional at the dinner,
I've always had an issue with borrowing somebody's handkerchief to do anything with it, because most of the time you're borrowing a handkerchief because either you're crying, so more, again, makeup gets on it, or you need to blow your fucking nose, and why would you give it back? I mean, with
You know
your
what?
snot in
My
there.
father still carries a hanky in his pocket every single day.
and you know what?
And you
I
know what?
think
It
it's-
comes in really handy a lot.
I think handkerchiefs in a pocket are great. I think they're adorable. I love them. However, my grandfather also carries one, and it's the same one every day.
No.
And I know for a fact it gets washed once a week, but in between it does not.
Only once a
And
week?
he will attempt to wipe your fucking face with that.
Ooh.
And when you see all that cholera coming right at you, it's like, ah!
No,
Yeah.
my father they're all white and they're bleached and they're folded in fours, and he has a stack of them in his dresser, and every morning a fresh hanky gets put in his pocket.
All right, number 5, don't be familiar with your escort.
So in
What?
other words, I'm
What?
not supposed to touch the man I'm dancing with and not talking to.
Well, you got to remember, 1938, escort did not mean the same thing as it does now.
So this dame referred to me by my first name, not my
I
last
was
name.
confused in my year about the word escort.
She called me John, not Mr. Studebaker, like you're supposed to.
That's exactly right.
I can't marry her.
That's exactly right.
Number 6, please and flatter your date by talking about the things that he wants to talk about.
Oh, that's still true in this day and age.
Oh, yeah, it
Men
is.
have egos that are out of this world, and you got to stroke it.
Look, if I'm getting my
And I don't
pussy
mean
ate,
the
I know
ego.
I got to talk about Doctor Who. You just got to do it. That's the way it works.
I'm just talking about stroking their egos and telling them,
And that's to please
so
and flatter
fascinating.
him.
Yes.
That's still right today.
But here's
I
the
think
thing,
so, too.
there's no, I don't see the list of things that men need to do for women.
Show up.
Buy
in
dinner,
in
maybe?
1938, yeah, it was just.
I don't
show
know.
up.
I
Lick
would
pussy?
want I would want this on my list.
I bet you the Art of
That a
Manliness
man-
has something on it.
Maybe
I'll pull that up.
from
I'll-
1938,
yeah.
Men had to make sure that they had sock suspenders.
and they actually had a job so they could take care of their women.
Yeah,
That's
too.
right.
Okay,
And a
And then-
suit.
right, right, and a suit. Yeah, nowadays it's just a t-shirt and maybe a plaid overshirt and
You know, I'm going to show up.
some
I'm
holy
gonna,
jeans.
I swear on God this happened. I'm going to show up in basketball shorts, a sleeveless tank top, and flip-flops to a first date with a girl.
Yeah. And then number 7 on this list is don't be conspicuous talking to other men.
Fuck
Be
that.
sneaky about it.
Does that does that include the waiter? Like at the restaurant?
I think it would be not to be flirty,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
right?
Oh, all right. Yeah,
don't
that seems
be,
to make sense.
don't
yeah.
flirt with other people while you're
Don't
on
let
a
your
date.
date walk into the room and find your tit in someone else's hand.
That's
Well, I'd have a problem with that.
Well, that's because you're a whore.
But you know what?
wow, wow.
She calls me that every week, Louise.
So,
Gotta
but
get it in
I
at
don't
least
think there's
once.
anything really wrong with this
We almost
list.
made it to the end of the show without being called a hoe.
I don't really think there's anything wrong with this list. I think it could still be used today.
I
There's
think
a lot
it's
of
still
pieces
very-
that can still be used
Yeah.
today.
I still think it's very, very, very relevant. One of the problems that women in our generation, my generation specifically, which is bleeding into your generation, gentlemen, is that women feel entitled and that they feel that their man has to be all about pleasing them. And it has absolutely nothing to do with how well they make their man feel. They don't feel like they have to make their man feel good about himself because he should be taking care of me and making sure I feel good because I can always go find another man. That may be true, bitch, but you may not find another man like this one.
Right.
So I just think women are much too entitled, and they should put a little bit more
I just think at 51 years old, I'm gonna fucking stay entitled, and if the motherfucker ain't right, he ain't coming back for a second time.
I think
for a good time.
I think in today's world, women should feel entitled, and they should keep, because the more that women gain in this world, the more equal the world becomes, and it's been unequal for so long. Right?
Then that equality needs to go both ways. That's where I'm coming from. You can't just walk into a date and expect him to pander and please and stoop and all of that to make you feel good about yourself.
But I expect him to not be dressed in a ripped T-shirt and a ball cap and basketball shorts.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah,
that's absolutely correct. I think if you're going to expect equality for you, you should return that equality as well.
Well, I think that's a given. That's just a human trait.
No, it's not. Not anymore. It isn't.
Unless you're one of those guys that likes that.
Well,
I believe in mutual respect.
Me too. Yeah. Me too.
I'll say hello and hold a door, please, thank you, these kinds of things. But if you show that you're not going to respect me, then eventually I shut those things down. But at least if I'm getting those things back, we don't have to go any further than that. But if at least we're in the same vicinity and there's pleases, thank yous, excuse me, I'm like, okay, that's just common things you do. You give those out no matter what. Until that person becomes an asshole, and in which case you can stop because they're an asshole.
I think one of the reasons why about what men need to do for women is because women almost automatically do for men anyway, because they're naturally almost always nurturers and caregivers, and they're usually naturally very nice.
Not anymore.
I'm meeting the wrong women.
Not
all these women.
See, maybe
that's the difference.
Maybe
I'm
our
meeting
age.
girls,
No,
and you're talking about women.
Yeah, because I'm very nurturing, and I like to cook for my man. And if I go to his house and he's got things a little out of place, I'll tidy up for him, do the dishes in the sink.
That's a guy you're in a relationship with.
No.
That's somebody that is a good friend of mine, and I like being that. That's when I was in a relationship. That's the part I like, that whole nurturing part, or being there for them and cooking for them.
Unfortunately, the women in my generation and then the generations following are not like that.
You're right.
And I see it because I have a sister in a full generation below me, and she treats her man like shit.
And he's like a puppy dog.
She yells at him. Yeah. Eventually, he's getting tired of it now. I've seen it happen a couple of times. Eventually, he's going to get tired of it, and he's going to walk away, and he's going to be a douchebag because he didn't do what she wanted him to do. And I know that you guys have known women who are also like that.
Oh, no, don't. Yeah, that's true.
They treat
but most
their
of the
men
women
like shit.
My age and older aren't like that.
No, but
you're right.
Most of the women your age and older are already in relationships. They're established. They're not going anywhere anymore.
You know what it is?
It's these guys here.
It's called class.
It's exactly right.
Exactly.
It's these poor guys here who are stuck with these girls who've been raised on this idea. Who've been raised on this idea that they have been repressed for so long that now they should demand all of these rights, and they don't have to give shit back for it.
On the other side of the fence, while I'd like to just completely agree with that, and that is true, because like I said, I've talked to girls before texting, and then all of a sudden, they won't talk to me. And 2 weeks later, all of a sudden, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, so whoever you were talking to,
meantime, that's 'cause there's a plan B somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, I was just something, you just want an ego boost now. You're not going to ever do anything with me because I'm constantly, you want to go out sometime. Oh, it's sometime. I'm busy. And then eventually nothing. And then it's 2 weeks later. Hey, what are you doing? Now you just want to completely chat me up and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, I'm good. You decided there was someone better out there. See you later. Good luck with that.
You know what?
Good. But guys, that's good that you're not settling. I think that's wonderful.
I'm so guilty for doing what he just said.
Talking to one person, stop talking to him to go chase this person, and then coming back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That is the female version of major douchebaggery.
Yeah, I've been really guilty of that
and that's exactly what I was just about to say.
And when he said, "Oh, now you need an ego boost," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's me."
Oh yeah, no, I know guys do that. I know guys do that for a fact.
I get that from guys all the time. Maybe that's where I learned it.
And guys really hate it when you call them out on their bullshit too, and you'd be like, "What you doing showing up in fucking shorts and a t-shirt to a first date?" Oh, you want to be a fuck buddy? No, I don't want to be a fuck buddy.
That was farting at the machines.
So are all three of you single currently now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you looking? I know that you said you want a girlfriend.
I do.
But you're not going to settle.
I'm not going to settle.
Good.
But unfortunately, I have some things coming up which makes it not possible for me to have a relationship right now. So, which I don't want to
joining the military or something.
No, but
No,
I'll tell you guys. We haven't really announced it. We haven't even talked about it on our show. These guys know. I'm moving to Texas. Yeah, unfortunately.
You're breaking our hearts.
Unfortunately,
Mike.
the job pool out here sucks.
It does.
So I have a really great friend though, who offered me 6 months free rent, free utilities, everything. He's
what part of Texas?
Houston.
Oh, very cool.
pretty.
And
It's
Texas,
like the biggest place,
yeah,
populated place.
When
in
has
the
this happened,
South.
Munch?
mid-January. So I'll work my
Whoa.
part-time job at Prada, and I don't even know how many shows I'm going to be able to make, even for the Geek Lounge working Prada, because Prada is, I can't take any time off, 40 hours a week, no exceptions. Even if I get sick, I lose my job.
Wow.
So I don't know what's really going to happen, how we're all going to work this out, but I'm going to try and stay in contact as best I can and call in and maybe do some remote stuff.
Well, I've already
Skype?
He's not always going to be able to be there, so I'm kind of already in the works of seeing how I can retool the show, and I'm trying not to make it go anywhere.
You
so
gonna bring on another host,
I don't know yet. I'm not really sure.
Well, he's
yet.
got D-Box. He doesn't really need
No,
them.
no, I know. There's 2 of them. I was just wondering, though. There's 3 now. I mean,
I'm not sure yet. I haven't really gotten
You
that
should
far, but
do like we would do with our show. It's like Menudo. People come in.
I hate when you
go.
say that.
Eventually.
and that was one of the plans I
There's
had.
nobody
that
who
just,
can fucking replace me. Okay, now
No,
there can be
I
another person in my seat.
No,
but they can't replace
Menudo
me.
never replaces
Nobody can
someone. They
replace
just
No,
me.
bring
you're
new talent.
you're the pork fat in the Menudo. You're not going anywhere.
I was a hoe and now I'm pork
oh
fat.
my god!
I've been like
You are called pork
downgraded.
chop, right?
Downgraded to pork fat.
You kidding me? You know you don't mind being pork fat.
It's the best part, though, right?
Well, I think that's wonderful that you're going to be doing a change.
It's a little sad. It's a little
It is.
sad.
Well,
but
we'll see
very
how things
sad.
work out. I mean, it's
Good
not
for you,
it's not
though.
definitely a permanent thing, unless of course I find
Some pretty girls in
a really
Texas.
good. That's what I've
I
heard.
used to live in Texas. Yeah.
I
Oh,
was lived in Texas for a very long
Yeah,
time.
me too.
Really?
I think they're all crazy there. So you're going to turn into one of those crazy libertarian people that want to secede from the union.
Isn't you already?
Yeah,
Kind
just
of.
not the seceding part.
Not
He
the
just
Well,
seceding.
don't
Like-
change your phone number because I'll send you a text when I need an
Oh,
ego
no.
boost.
And what about you? Are you on the search? Are you on the search for a girl?
Not currently right now because I've got so much to do.
I know
right
that
now.
you've been.
I
you
work
were
really
working a
odd
lot of-
hours.
you were working a lot of hours,
and it's gonna get worse with the holidays.
With
I'll
the
still be able to make
holidays.
the show, but yeah.
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Now, she said, are you looking for a girlfriend? If you were actively looking for a girlfriend,
Yep.
what would you change about your life? Where would you look? What would you do?
That's a bunch of big questions. So
Yeah.
number one, is there anything about you? No, let's not talk
No,
about
no,
the
no,
changing of you. Where do you look for girlfriends?
Yes.
Gosh, a lot of where I go shopping. Like comic book stores or what have you.
That's
or
perfect though.
just anywhere. Like the bank. The bank has a lot of cute girls.
You know,
you
the
bank? I bank.
laundromat used to
You
be
work
good.
at a bank. I go to the bank. We have something in common. And but yeah, just anywhere. I have no problem.
Where
looking
would you
anywhere
actively look for a girlfriend?
Well, I used to was work. Well, all different jobs I had, it was at work. I met half the girls I used to date at work.
Were they girls that you worked with or customers?
Girls I work with.
Did that make it awkward at work?
No.
No?
Actually made it more fun at work.
Oh,
really?
hiding in the
Nah,
back room.
like that.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like working in the stock room with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
It was actually got through the day like quicker. No.
A blowjob in the middle of the day helps out a lot, huh?
But,
Have you done any of the dating sites, any of you? Plenty of
have
Fish,
you thought about any of those?
Craigslist, any of the dating sites?
Boys got to do Geek to Geek.
I don't like Craigslist. I used to be on Geek to Geek.
Yeah?
That was like a couple years ago, but always a text and no text. So
What kind of ladies did you meet from that? Did you meet any ladies from that?
met 2 girls that I really did like.
Yeah.
The other day, family girls. One girl family owned a Italian restaurant, which I thought was awesome. But over time, it was just my work schedule, their work schedule. We could never meet.
So you might as well find one at work that knows your work schedule up front.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. They're actually wanting you to work, so you're there.
Where do you work, Luis, that has you working all fucked up ass hours?
pull the microphone over here. I work at a warehouse. I do loss prevention in a warehouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now,
So
have you ever
I
done-
work a really weird swing graveyard shift thing. So and it's gonna get worse with the holidays. So.
Have you done any of the dating sites?
I have not. No.
No, much.
I haven't, but I have heard a lot of great success about OkCupid and Plenty of Fish. Those are the two big ones that I've had like 6 people tell me when they've asked and like, get on this one. Okay, like I said, OkCupid and Plenty of Fish. Everyone's
like those.
Isn't
Where's
OkCupid by Tango Wire? They have a whole bunch of different.
No,
I have
no.
no idea.
No, they're not. OkCupid's an independent one.
Oh, okay.
I liked OkCupid a lot. I met a lot of really interesting people off of OkCupid, but there was one guy on OkCupid that I never actually met, and he kept saying he was gonna go, but he was agoraphobic, and he would be like, "I'm gonna go. I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna be there," and then he wouldn't show up, and it would take him a week to email me back because he's embarrassed because he couldn't get out of the house. So,
Oh my
God. But I met who did I meet off of OkCupid? Super Dave. I met Super Dave off of OkCupid.
Super Dave was cool for a while.
I think I met Fabulous Dave off of OkCupid too.
Fabulous Dave
with his chartreuse chair.
Yeah, I remember Fabulous Dave. I think it's great that you instead of going the route of dating that you guys usually meet people through work or at the bank. Now you're not shy about going up to a girl and saying, "I think you're cute. Would you like to get some coffee?" Are you shy about that, or?
Sometimes I am. Sometimes I do get really shy and I don't end up doing anything about it. There's sometimes where I just gotta pep myself up and I'll end up doing it, but it usually doesn't warrant any good results.
Is there a talk that you give yourself to prepare yourself?
Yeah. I go to the bathroom and look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, "Come on, you magnificent son of a bitch!" And and then I walk out like I'm gonna go talk to her and end up walking outside. And
I will say that Luis, like myself, we do have a big problem. There is not a lot of times, but unlike myself, when Luis puts it on, when he has his confidence, I have seen him walk over and talk to somebody, and it's not always successful. I have not seen him come away with the number, but that doesn't mean he went over there with the confidence. It wasn't his fault. You know what I mean? Unlike myself, who I don't generally do that. I meet someone through like friends. We'll be at a party or something. I'll get introduced to somebody. I'll see them again at like. Not a party, but kind of like a hangout, and like something will kind of just go. Like it's just a very natural kind of progression. I'm very laid back and easy about how I go.
Now, I remember
about
the last time that you guys were here, you guys were extolling the virtues of D-Box in that fashion, that he could talk to anybody off the street.
Oh, and you still can.
Yeah. You got the rap there?
He got swag.
No, the thing is, years ago, I stopped caring. Like,
why?
No, I stopped caring the fact that what the worst that happened? They walk away. Okay, so what?
They call the cops.
Right.
That's the worst that could happen.
The thing is, I don't have a criminal record. I got a great record in my life. I don't care.
Well, you know what they say, the more shit you throw against the wall, the more that's going to stick. So the more times you approach a girl, something's going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
So you go in with the attitude of, hey, these guys are nice, and, so what if you don't get that whole down from being rejected kind of thing? It's just whatever. If you don't want to talk,
Right.
it's
Her
your
loss,
loss.
move on, right?
Yeah.
Now,
the thing is,
I've
growing
been on
up,
the rejection side a couple of. That's not cool. It does, especially
Now-
when you're like.
You have to just get over it and move on.
Now,
Especially when you
guys are
feel
young
like there
enough.
might be.
You guys are young enough. What about the wingman approach, where you go up to a girl, say, "Hey, my friend over there thinks you're pretty hot, and wants to know if you want to come over and
the
get a
best
drink."
wingman
You guys,
for a man is a woman. Am I not right?
agree.
Agreed.
See?
Well, the right woman.
Right.
Yeah.
but do you
I've
guys?
gone before
But
with
do you
them.
guys do that for each other? I mean, if you're shy about going up to a girl and talking to them, are you willing to send your friend into the fire? Or are you willing to go into the fire for your friend?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are willing to do that. I have a friend who lives he's in Ohio now going to school, and whenever we're together, like that's what we do. That's what I do. I don't know why. I'm like, God, you must be too pretty. He's the one that always ends up getting the girl. He's the one that always ends up, I go in there
There is that
and dragging
danger.
him along, and I go up. He just kind of stands there with his beer, and they'll sit down. There's two of them, like, hi, how are you doing? Oh, this and that, and that. And
He's got.
I don't know. I must have a salesman approach, because the one I talk to ends up going cold, like within the first 30 seconds. And somehow, I don't know, he just sparks up conversation, and like it works out. I stick it out, as awkward as I feel, and I'm like, I want to run and hide and stick my head down in the toilet in the bathroom. But I was like, but the buddy's got it going on, so I'm going to sit here, I'm going to stick it out, and I talk to the girl, and I can see she's getting awkward because she's texting, and I'm like, I don't care. My buddy's doing good over there. I can't leave. But, for Luis, or if we saw somebody, I would definitely do that. On my own, though, no, not doing it. Another thing that I feel hurts me is I don't want to be classified as one of those losers. I don't really have that great a job right now. I work at KFC currently. Like I said, I'm getting a job at Prada. So having a decent job where I can afford things, it's not like I'm going to buy her a diamond ring, but like, you know what I mean? I want to be able to take a girl out somewhere. I want to be able to, buy an extra large popcorn at the movies. Because right now I'm like, you better sneak in snacks because that's where I'm at right now. So it makes it a little difficult for me to want to approach a girl when I have all these things that I'm like, oh, we can't. I'm like, we can go to the movies. And then we can push the car halfway home, and then we can drive the rest of the way. Like I am that strapped on cash that it makes it awkward for me. You know what I mean?
Is that a big thing with? I mean, you're working a lot of hours, so you probably have money. But is that hard when you don't have a lot of money? That it holds you back from?
Yeah, that's my main thing. Now, with my job, I finally got nights off. I work in the morning, so my afternoons and evening is free. I can do whatever I want.
Now you can date.
Problem is, I don't have the money to date. Cause
at the level that you want, or
at the level I
want,
the
level that you think you should do.
The level I want to do, I definitely have the money. The level I think I should do, I'm barely almost there because I'm not a selfish person. I give. That's what people say is my problem. I will spend for people all the time. I don't have a problem with it until after the fact.
And then you short yourself.
Yes.
And then, unfortunately, they're walking into this dating pool full of women who think that they should be doing everything for them.
That's you.
No.
You've said that the guy should pay for everything.
I've said that the guy should. No, I've never said that the guy should pay for everything.
Should offer.
It's nice when he can. He should offer, but he should also be upfront and honest with a girl. If he's going to walk into a date and you're going to dinner, most girls will assume that the guy is going to pay for dinner. If you say up front, look, we've got to go halvesies on this. I'm a little strapped for cash right now. If the girl is worth it, she will be okay with that. If she totally flips her lid on the fact that you want to split the bill with her, then dump that bitch and move on.
Do you know when I go out with somebody the first time that I've met on a dating site of some kind or off Craigslist, I always offer to pay for my. I say,
I always have
do you need me to pay for mine when the bill comes? And most guys are nice. No, I got it. If they say, yeah, you need to pay for yours.
See,
no, not really. But I'm just kidding. No, I don't get like that. But I always,
that's
I'm like,
nice
it's the first
that you
date
offer.
we
But
met.
you girls that you're going out with, they're not offering, are they?
That's because you're going with
Oh
girls,
no, they
not
put their
women.
foot down.
Now
they're like we're splitting the bill, and I'm like,
women.
okay, that's how I know that this isn't working out.
Girls,
I don't know
not
what I
women.
did, if it's me or
but
what.
Isn't it also because guys that I've been with have done this, and it's the manly thing. I'll offer till I'm blue in the face, but the man will say no, and then I found out later that he went broke to take me out on a date.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys find yourself in that
I
kind
have
of ego thing too?
I have a 2-limit rule, and that goes not just for dates, but if someone offers me something as well, and I say no, or if I say yes about something, but I don't really care. So if me and Sarah are out, or me and Sweet Cheeks, and hey, do you want to pay for my half? No, that's okay, I got it. Are you sure? And you're being persistent. I'm like, well, you can if you want, because it's not a big deal. Or someone offers me money. Here, take $20. No, it's okay, I got you. It's not a big deal. No, please take it. All right.
No, I'm the same way, I think.
Yeah, I have that too. I have that rule too.
Yeah.
You offer it twice, I'll take it the second time. I'm not going to argue with you.
I don't like people, however, be like, hey, you want a cupcake? No, I don't want a cupcake. You really sure you don't want a cupcake? I'm positive I don't want a cupcake. But I have all these cupcakes. Take a cupcake. Really?
That's
Get the
annoying.
fuck out of my face with the fucking cupcakes.
Yeah, if I say no twice, though, it's like you need to drop it after the second time. If I give you the same answer twice, or if it's, and what I don't like are people who do it for special things. So it's like, oh, it's your birthday, or your birthday was last week? Okay, let me get this. No, it's okay. No, let me get this. It was your birthday. No, let me do this. I'm like, trying to do something nice for you. Just let me freaking do something nice for you. Now you're hurting my feelings because you won't let me do something nice for you. It's not that big a deal. I know, right? I just do this right there on the spot. You're not gonna let me do something nice for you? Really? Really? That's how you're gonna be right now? You're
What, are you
gonna
gonna
be
turn
like
into
that
Jewish
right in front of
mother?
these people? Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can buy it for me then. I didn't
now
mean
I-
to-
let me
I
ask
didn't
you
mean
this
to-
buy it
question:
for you.
if it's a girl, or in my case, a guy, that the date, this is it. Like, you're not going home with this person. You're not going to have a second date. Are you more likely to take the half of the money from her than to pay for her meal?
I don't know because every time I've gone on a date, I've always usually had a second date.
Okay.
I think every
He's not
time,
like
but anything
these
after that is
retweets.
yeah.
No, sometimes I'm like, we ain't going nowhere together.
As a gentleman, I stick to my rules. Whether I think I'm going home with a girl or I definitely know I'm not, I still stick to what I do because that's who I am. I've
That's
had second
good.
dates
That's
before.
good.
I've had dates where I didn't know. You know, I don't know if there's going to be another one or not, but this is just how things go and how things work. Sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't.
What do you guys think about girls that want to do you on a first date?
Yay!
I'm not opposed to the idea, but having coworkers who are girls and they talk about it and this and that, I'm like, I don't know, just to me, because I'm looking for a relationship. So if we have it on the first date, I'm like, how many guys have you on the first date?
Yeah.
Like, and does this mean that that's just what it is then? Like, that's what it kind of feels like you're telling me, that, you know what, this isn't something that's going to continue. This is just for fun for now, and don't call me, don't talk to me anymore. I feel like, you know, the third date, maybe the second date, but the third date, somewhere down the road, like I can see, okay, you're in this for the long haul like I am. I'm not going to say no on the first date, but you're setting up a pretty big red flag, I think, to say that that's it.
But yeah.
I just feel the same way. I don't think I've ever had anyone on the first date go, yeah, come on over. But yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, if they're just like, hey, let's go over to my place or whatever. I'm like, well, how many people have been to your place?
When's the last time you washed the sheets?
Yeah.
D-Box?
Well,
He just waits and goes to work.
well, after that, one of my serious girlfriends, we had sex on the first date. Problem is, we knew each other way before then.
Okay.
gotcha.
That's kind of a different story. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we hear all the time. We see studies all the time where guys say, having sex on a first date doesn't negate them eventually becoming a long-term relationship. That it's not a deal breaker for most guys. It's actually, most guys believe a one-night stand can turn into a long-term relationship.
I think it can turn into a long-term relationship, but I just don't think it will. It's not like, if it ever happened and the girl called me up and things progressed, like, I'd be fine with that. It's not like I'm going to say no just because we did it on the first date. I'm just saying that when it happens on a first date,
It's the flag that goes up.
yeah, it's just this is a big warning. And usually she doesn't call or anything again, so it's like, okay, well, that's that.
All right. Actually,
We need to take a break.
well, let's not take a break. Let's just go into catch-ups. Have you guys done any dating this last couple weeks? Have you gone on any dates at all? No?
No.
No?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. That's it for their catch-ups.
Done.
Me? Oh, me, I guess. Callie guy went back to California this week.
Right.
Oh, we're all sad. But he'll be back for National Buble Day, which is not National Tit Fuck Day, Desiree.
Buble.
Buble. Yes,
Got it.
Buble. Yeah, Buble. And it's going to be fabulous. I'm so excited. We're going to make a whole day out of it. Like,
For those of you who don't habla, Buble is a singer.
Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé is
Who
a
is
singer.
Not a Buble, but of course her boobs will probably get laid. Then.
Yes.
Most likely. Yes, we're going to turn it into a whole day as like dinner and, drinks afterwards. And then Mike Bublé, I'm so fucking excited about this. I'm like, ugh.
What is going on? Is he having a concert here?
Yeah.
Yes, he's on
the
tour.
23rd of November.
And November 23rd, and in a rare moment of awesomeness, my mom bought me tickets for my birthday, so
cool.
I'm going. But that week's going to be a super busy week, so I have Bublé that Saturday, and then on that Thursday is Thanksgiving, and then my anniversary is on Sunday, and then my birthday's on Monday. So it's going to be like a week-long fest of awesome.
Good.
You can see Doctor Who in theaters on your birthday.
I could, yes.
Just saying. Just admit.
It's going to be in theaters?
Yeah.
The 50th anniversary is in theaters?
Yep. It's gonna be on TV first, I think, like Saturday night, and then on Monday, theaters are showing it. So Luis had actually talked to me earlier, and he's like, "Well, man, it's showing in theaters. and kind of cheap. So Luis is like, "Do you want to see it in theaters?" He's like, "Do you want to see it Saturday, or do you want to wait and see it in theaters?" And I was like, "Well, I don't want to wait." He's like, "Oh, so you don't want to see it in theaters?" I was like, "No, I think we should do both."
Agree.
He's like, "Really? Why?" And I was like, "Because I don't want to wait anymore. I've waited all summer, and secondly, I want to see it in theaters. So why don't we just do both?"
I did not know they were doing it in theaters. Guess where I'm going that Monday?
Right?
My birthday party? No, just kidding.
Monday?
At the theater?
I don't know. Could be. My birthday is that Monday, the 2nd.
I will take you to Doctor Who's theater for your birthday on that Monday. How's that?
Sounds like a plan. I got to go after work, though, because I got to work that day. So, not much happening, really. Just my sister is...
Family issues?
Well, she's living with her now.
She's living with me now.
She's in full on.
Full on living with me, although you wouldn't be able to
And not
tell.
just her and her boyfriend, correct?
Right, her boyfriend, whom I don't even know his last name. So, where he's from, what he does for a living.
Have you had a conversation with him at all?
No. He chuckled last night when after I dropped my son off, I came home, changed into my jammies. I was coming down the stairs. He was going up the stairs, and I was talking to the dog, and I was like, it's beer 30, dog. Let's go get beer. So, and he chuckled. Like, that's like the most of the conversation we've had.
Oh.
That'd be fucked up.
Wow.
What?
Well, and
Like have somebody in your house that you can't converse. Well, I have one of those though in my house.
Well, they just haven't had the...
Well, you guys read the text messages. He, of course, has this idea that I am judging him and he's afraid to get to know me because I'm going to judge him. Look, you want to be part of this family, you're going to have to get to know me at some point. And yes, I'm going to judge you.
Yeah.
Because my first impression of you, not that great. Honestly. Kind of sketchy. And I still don't know your last name. And you're supposed to be like this rock solid person in my sister's life, except that my sister's life is still thrown up all over my fucking living room and all my hallways. My son cannot bring his laundry basket downstairs. It won't fit in the hallway. He has to throw his clothes over the banister, put his basket on his head, tiptoe through the hallway to come down the stairs, put his clothes in the basket, and then I have to take it to the laundry room because it won't fit down the hallway to the laundry room either. I've got to raise it up above my head to get it past all the boxes.
And how long has it been like this?
Over a week.
Over a week.
And supposedly she's doing all this, rearranging and organizing and putting shit in. But like, bitch, I will have you to know that I could have had all of this unpacked, organized, and put away in 3 days flat. And you only work 2 days a fucking week, so it shouldn't look like this.
Oh.
Tomorrow, I know that there's a pile of boxes that is empty that is just sitting in the hallway. I'm breaking down all of those boxes. All of them. And I'm also pulling everything out of that hallway, and I'm going to go through everything, and I'm going to put it in stacks and piles appropriately marked, and she can put it the fuck away. And if it doesn't get put away, it'll go just the way everything else that gets laying around in my house, out to the fucking curb. Off to Savers it'll go. I say all that, but it's not really going to happen because
right.
My sister makes my life miserable without me causing drama.
Right.
So,
but you will break down the boxes at least.
I will break down boxes
because those can be taped back up.
And the stuff that I know that's my mom's, I'm gonna pull all out and appropriately pack it. Because my sister, who packed for my mom, threw it all into garbage bags and threw it all in the hallway.
Oh Jesus!
So I'll be going through those and boxing them up in the boxes that I am gonna find empty. Actually, that's a really great idea. I'm gonna box them all up, mark them appropriately, stack them up nice and neat, in a place where they're not gonna be in the way.
Right.
Maybe I can get down my hallways again.
So, anything else?
I masturbated, but that's it.
Yeah. I have not done that yet.
Good. Soon.
Before you forget how.
I won't forget.
It's like riding a bike.
I won't forget.
Let's see. Step one.
I just haven't got to that point where I can yet. So
I told you we're gonna have to ninja bomb our house full of porn to make it happen.
I have to tell you. Oh, are you done?
I'm done.
I have to tell you a funny story. Somebody I know.
Into the mic, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody I know who really likes big women asked me this week, what do you think about this idea? If I had business cards printed, maybe put a chubby girl on it, or put my name in it. If I go up to somebody and say, I think you're really attractive, here's my number. I said, the first thing I would do would be, fuck, how many fat chicks is he looking for? He's got to order 1,000 of these fuckers at a time, So I said, not such a good idea, okay? Get a business card for your business, maybe.
Right.
And then write a little note on the back.
Well, up until not that long ago, it wasn't uncommon for a man or a woman to have a calling card that had a way to reach them on it.
And I think that's okay. But when you have one that's like...
That's specifically for...
My name is John Smith, and I'm a chubby chaser. Here's my number. Like,
right.
That's kind of funny. So, yeah, I suggested that they not do that. I had sex this week.
Yay, Superman, Batman, or Robin?
haven't met Robin yet, but I'm really looking for Thor. Really looking for Thor, so we'll see if anybody.
I thought you met a Thor.
No, I had a Thor.
No, had a Thor.
Remember, I was trying to hook Batman and Robin up together, but I was really excited.
You're trying to hook
Batman and Superman.
Batman and Superman together. But I'm really excited now. I hear they're going to be in a movie together, so I can make my own movie with Batman and Superman. So, but Batman's, he's all like, now he's all got all these guts to do it when he chickened out that day. So I don't know. I can't.
She's trying to hook up a threesome with 2 guys.
That one that she calls Batman and one that she calls Superman.
The devil's 3-way.
Yeah. Well, Superman is Superman because he's got this really cool Superman tattoo, and Batman is Batman
because he talks like this.
No, because the movie.
Do you like that? Does that feel good?
Because he has asthma?
No, because Jack Nicholson said, "Where does he get those wonderful toys?" That's why
the
Batman
Michael Keaton Batman.
Oh, okay. No, that was not Michael Keaton.
George Clooney, right?
No, it was not George Clooney.
No,
Jack Nicholson. That's Joker.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
So it should be called the Joker then.
Yeah, the Joker said that. I'm sorry.
So Superman and the Joker?
Batman.
Yeah, no. Batman has all the wonderful toys.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So because that's why I call him Batman. Because
it's not because he talks like this.
No, because he's got wonderful.
Although that would be hot.
Wow.
If you and I dated, you and we were sleeping together, you would have to do all the voices that you know how to do. I would make you talk to me dirty in the soccer announcer voice.
Well, then you know what you'd have to make her do? Wear a different color wig.
Then I'd have to learn how to do that in Spanish. I'm not really good at dirty talking Spanish.
You don't have to do.
You don't have to. She doesn't understand. You just talk.
Okay, just talk about whatever.
Football talk.
Just every time.
So every
just
time.
Go for it now.
Every
time I finish, go.
That's good. Oh, that's funny. I love that. Do the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
It's so good. It makes me laugh.
I hate it when people put me on the spot for my voice.
Yeah,
too.
I don't
That's
know.
funny. Okay, you don't have to.
I can do more Batman. Is that okay?
I'm planning Hobo Holiday.
Yay, Hobo Holiday.
Yeah, I've been making plans and sending invites and figuring out what everybody's bringing.
I'm nerding it up a little. I'm bringing pumpkin pasties.
She is.
It's from Harry Potter, bitches.
Okay.
Okay.
I have imagined boobies with little pasties on them that look like pumpkins
and a cornucopia. Yay!
I was telling Wally.
Get Emma Watson to do that, and I'm totally there.
Yeah. And he says, Alexia's coming, and I said, yeah. She said she was going to make it. Can she make pad thai?
Who said that?
Wally.
Oh yeah.
And Rylan goes, what's pad thai? And we reminded him when he came. Oh yeah, I like that, Grandma.
I can do that because traditionally at our Thanksgiving, it's the turkey and the dressing and the yams and with the marshmallows, all the basics, and then there's also sticky rice, fried beef, and pad thai, papaya salad, and probably beef tripe salad as well. Oh. So it's a very huge smorgasbord.
You have been requested to bring pad thai for Thanksgiving dinner.
I'll bring my wok, spin it around,
good.
make it all pretty.
It was yummy.
It's flash, it's
right. You have to
so
cook it fast. Yeah.
So,
but my family loved those leftovers.
Yeah.
So other than that, that's it for my week.
So, Brian came over today to do a couple of things for me. Winterized my swamp cooler for the winter because it's freezing now here in Vegas at night.
I love it.
For those of you who think we live in the desert and it's hot all the time, it's not. We'll actually get ice in our gutters when there's water.
We're in the cold season now. There's hot season and there's cold season. That's it.
Right.
Yes, so sweat your balls off and freeze your balls off. That's all we get here.
Yep. So Brian came over and I asked him to go into the man cave to go find a telescope because Mike's sister is his half-sister from his dad's side, and his dad left him a telescope, one of those fancy ones that you plug into a computer so you can make star charts and shit like that.
Oh, wow.
And I have no interest in that since we live in Vegas and you can't really see anything anyway. So I needed to find it to pull it out so I could send it. And so Brian got swallowed up in the man cave.
This thing is terrible.
And he found it's like a dude in a dude's cave. He was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he has this. Oh my god, I can't believe he has this."
Christmas?
It was. I think I'm gonna have to borrow this. I'm gonna have to borrow this. I'm gonna need to borrow this, and I'm gonna need to borrow this. And then before he left, I need to borrow this. So I know he is going to. I know we're going through it this weekend to get it all because there's tons and tons of D&D books in there that I believe I'm going to give to his best friend who's got some young sons that are up and coming. They're at that age now. And there's electronic equipment and music equipment that I'm going to see if his brother wants because his brother had his own band for a while. He teaches music. And there's probably Brian said there's a lot of really old stuff we'll just have to throw away, like hard drives from 1977.
Wow.
There are so many hard drives in that house.
Not as many as there were, I'm going to tell you.
Well, there was all those ones in the front that Callie guy took to try to figure out.
And he did.
And there's more in the man cave?
There's more.
His living room, Callie guy's living room here in Vegas, looked like a 1980s computer store vomited
inside. It's
like
the War Games. Wow. The War Games movie.
Yeah. There were hard drives with magnetic discs inside of them that looked like CDs. These hard drives were giant. I mean, they looked like books just sitting around as pieces and parts everywhere. It was like, holy crap. Like, you pull the hard drive out of this thing, it's probably that big.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's what went on today, and then so I know next week we have an appointment to and Brian will be there next week.
Cool.
So it'll be 3 people going through that room, and
3 of the biggest nerd people I know going through that room.
And the reason I asked Brian to come is because he recognized half the stuff, and I know that you would recognize a lot of the stuff that we need, and Thomas might recognize a lot of the music stuff. But there's tools in there. There must be 4 toolboxes in there.
That's awesome.
3 tool boxes with all kinds of tools and 1 tool bucket. So, and it says Home Depot on the side.
I mean,
and I guess he had a brand new skill saw, which is you know what a skill saw is?
Yeah.
He had a brand new one, and while Brian was going through the room, he said the reason Mike went and got this new one because he couldn't find the one that he already had. So yeah, I'm still getting stuff fixed up around the house. So
it's funny.
We'll have to create out of all those tools a toolbox for you to keep of the tools you will need for around the house.
Right. I was actually thinking about going to Sears. They have that tool kit for the house that comes in pink for girls.
No, you probably don't need that.
No.
You probably have all the tools you need.
Yeah, I don't need that.
She has everything she needs in triplicate, and I'm going to take the triplicate.
There you go.
Well, keep me on that list.
So that's going to be my next few weeks is because I'm thinking about maybe I don't know if I want one, but maybe I know that there are a few people that I know of that are having issues at their home. They may need a place to stay, so I'd like to get that room kind of cleaned up for people who need to come over. Right. I don't think I want a roommate.
Right. But short term, helping somebody, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not on my couch.
You can have my sister.
No.
Can I pay you? If I need to run away from home, I can come to your house.
Right.
And I don't mind your couch.
Well, you guys are welcome to do that anyway at any time.
Sometimes I just need to run away from home.
I've actually had that. A few you guys have stayed at my house for a few days.
My son and I moved in for a week one time.
Yeah. I've had Calypso come over and stay for a while.
Like I said, sometimes my house just gets a little nuts and I need to run away.
Right?
Pick me up on your way over to her.
I'll make you some little
poppers.
These are so good, aren't they?
They are really, really
We need to
good.
dust off all those liquor bottles in your liquor cabinet.
I was thinking about rum balls. I could make rum pancakes with those, right?
Oh my God.
It's going to be so much fun.
Rum with the little cherries in them.
Are you guys, what are you guys doing for the holidays? You guys, is your family cooking, or are you going to meet us over at Hobo Holiday?
You know what? I cook in my house.
Do you?
Yeah, I did. I've been doing it for a couple years now.
Very cool.
And usually whenever he's living here, he usually comes over.
I got a free turkey from Albertsons last week. They had a coupon and this week as well. If you spend $100 when you go grocery shopping, you get a free up to 14-pound turkey. And that's all I need. It's just me, so it's $100. So I got a free turkey. I put it in the fridge because it takes like 5 days to thaw. And I cooked it up last night. You know what the best way to cook a turkey is? You don't have to do shit to the turkey. Just pull the stuff out of the middle, rinse it off, and pat it dry with the paper towel, and put it in a wrap. The baking bags from Reynolds, wrap bags. Oh, that was the. I should have taken a picture.
Yeah, I always cook it. And I'm gonna tell you another secret. Turn that thing upside down so the breasts are on the bottom in that bag, and throw some onions and an apple in the middle, and all those juices run into the breast.
But you don't even need to do that. You don't even need to do that.
I've been using a bag for about 20 years.
Yeah,
I did apple, onions, apple, rosemary,
and I did celery too.
And then I threw about a half a cup of apple juice in the bag with the turkey and let all of that just kind of marinate all up together.
Yeah, those bags are good things.
Although this year I don't have to do the turkey. I'm just doing the pumpkin.
So I'm gonna have 2, possibly 3 Thanksgivings this year. My mom is working Thursday, so we're going to do Thanksgiving on the Monday before, and then I'll be at your house.
Good. We're glad you're coming to our house and play Mexican Train, and we'll have fun.
With Mexican Train.
It's a game. We
dominoes game.
Play. It's a dominoes game, but everybody played it.
Completely not what I thought it was.
No, sorry to disappoint. There'll be children at this party, so we have to keep it.
Oh, okay. I didn't say I was thinking something dirty.
But you were.
I
was, yeah. I'm sorry.
Thanks, you guys, for coming in again.
Thanks for having us again.
Yeah. We're going to look for... Well, it looks like our 200th episode might be our last...
Our last goodbye with Munch.
Aww. Yeah, if I can make it. Like I said, with the Prada.
Can you not wait to be able to say to a girl, I work at Prada?
A little bit. Because again, like I said, like...
They'll be expectant of you to, though, so...
It'll be nice to have a really good job and to have like work that I'm proud to do because I'm not really proud to give people chicken at KFC. But it's not conducive to having a relationship, so I don't really know. If it comes up, it comes up, but I'm not going to start seeking anything until I get to Texas. And at the same time, the focus is more on getting a job first. So again, if it happens, it happens. But like I said, till I feel stable, I'm not going to feel confident in myself. And until that happens, I don't see how I can portray confidence to somebody else.
Do we know who's up next week? Do we remember? No, Moose is the 24th, I believe.
I can't remember. I don't think we got anybody next week.
All right.
We might not everyone.
That's cool. That's cool.
Right.
We'll figure it out.
I can dig somebody up.
No, I believe we have somebody on the calendar.
Our calendar was all full for November.
It is. Phil. It is. Phil, that's
Phil
right.
With Vivid Video.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week. This is Alexia. This is Alexia.
Sweet Cheeks.
And Sierra, wishing you all a good night. And remember...
Fuck often.
Fuck often.
The Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City Radio Show is brought to you by VegasAllNetRadio.com, the final frontier of free speech. Get your own by BBW Fan Fest 2013, July 26th, 27th, and 28th in fabulous Las Vegas. Visit bbwfanfest.com by Curve Media Inc. Look good in your photographs. And by bbwgirltweet.com. Follow all your favorite BBW porn stars on Twitter.
From the entertainment capital of the world, listen to On Stage in Vegas, Tuesdays at 3 p.m. on Vegas AllNet Radio to hear from performers, producers, and directors who have created success on stage in Vegas and around the world. Join me, Big Magic Al Jensen, and Michelle Roxy Davis as we bring you interviews, stories, and valuable life and business